There's a lot of big stuff going on in the world right now, and I am feeling so much of it. I feel mad, I feel angry, I feel sad, I feel distraught, I feel powerless. And that gets overwhelming. And when the overwhelm gets to be too much, what happens is I check out. I scroll, I watch lots of TV shows, I read books, I stop connecting with the outside world. And that's not good for me, my relationships, or living a life of purpose. I don't want that for myself. How can I go from checked out to checked in? How can you go from checked out to checked in? Let's start with validating the checked out. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw it. My name is Kristen Piers. I coach people through stuck situations and back into inspired flow. Let's start by validating our feeling of checked out. So as I'm feeling the feeling of checked out, I am going to draw the face. And where are the eyeballs? The eyeballs are closed. And the mouth is not happy. And I'm thinking about where the head's oriented. There we go. And there we go. And let's see. So there's all kinds of stuff, we're going to say, going on out here. And this person isn't looking there. There. And there might be lots of challenging things, which are exclamation points. And there's the heart instead of, and we've got a heart, but it's got an exclamation point in it, and we've got exclamation points in their head too. And it's kind of like they got drippies. There we go. And there's drip, drip, drip. Oh. And there's just a big sigh. And the legs start feeling heavy. Like, nope, none of that's going on out there. So I want to highlight that there are good things often with checked out, but they're not available to connect with them because they're not wanting to engage. So checked out too often means barriers. Okay, so they've got too much in the container they're in, and then there's all this other stuff on the outside of the container. And what does the energy field look like? It looks super teeny tiny. There we go. And that's what checked out looks like, feels like, and it feels like there might be even more, like the arms are really heavy, and the chest is really heavy, and the legs are really heavy. The chin is really heavy. Everything's just heavier and harder. And the walls are there. And if you want to add something else to your drawing, I encourage you to do so. But just notice, like, density, walls, unhappy. Not necessarily super sad, but they're just like, ugh. I'm going to draw reverse. There we go. I think they're going to have a roof too. They're okay with being in the container. But what's not happening in the container is they're not letting in good stuff just as much as they're not letting in the bad stuff. So that's checked out. There is the ability to not watch the news and not engage with all the things happening in the world and still be checked in. But checked out is just like, no, nothing else comes in. I'm gonna live in my head. I'm going to live somewhere else to not engage with that stuff. And that's where it's hard for our well-being. So checked out. How do we get checked in when we're in this space? There's, of course, got to be a decision that we want it. We want something different than what we have. Because, and for me, when I've gone through periods of being checked out, I genuinely, I don't like feeling like this long term. I don't like all the stuff out there, and it's work to not be connected to it, but then I lose connection with all the things I love too. And so, how do we check back in? We begin to check back in by saying, for me, it was asking a question. What's mine to do? Mine to do. And it started with a question. And I kind of knew it was out here. I'll put a little heart around it. And then I got a little curious about what that was. And it started to light up my inner heart. And I wonder. And then I started thinking, oh, look at that, it's growing. I started thinking about the big world and all the things I know. And it turns out I have plenty of, this marker's driving me nuts. I have plenty of knowledge that could help me know what's mine to do. And I just didn't ask, didn't want to go through it. And so this what's mine to do started ringing a little bit more strongly. And I went to sleep with that thought one night. And I woke up the next morning with a new idea. So we'll put an idea. Ding, ding, ding. And the idea was to share how I process my emotions with the world. Because I know that for some people, how I process could be just the thing you're looking for. So again, if you found this today and you're following the story and you're like, oh yeah, I start to feel something. Just a singular question, what's mine to do? It's not about what everybody else is here to do. It's what's yours. If you draw pictures, draw pictures. If you mow people's grass, mow people's grass. But one little thing that comes into your mind that's yours to do can be yours, on yours alone, and nobody's going to do it like you, and you don't have to know how it's all going to work out. Like, well, how can mowing grass impact the what's happening in the world? Don't need to know that either. But you could brighten someone's day, you could change someone's mind just by them seeing what you're doing. And that creates an effect. All right? So, one idea, and it felt uncomfortable. And I have a whole series of drawings on uncomfortable. And I realized I could be uncomfortable being checked out, or I could be uncomfortable being in action. And I'm like, I'd rather be uncomfortable being in action. And so it went bing, 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 bing. And then I was like, ah. And then it's like, okay, in action I go. Into action. Take a step, all right? Take a step. And I'll tell you, since I checked back in, I have done over 30 new videos. I have felt amazing. And it is changing my life. And based on feedback, some of these videos are changing the lives of others too. That's pretty darn cool. That is what I'm here to do for right now. And I'll keep doing it and see what happens. I feel so much better now that I'm checked in to doing what's mine. All right? So from checked out to checked in. Thanks for joining me today. I'll see you again soon.